Astronomer Carl Sagan once described our planet as the pale blue dot, home of everyone you love, everyone you know, and everyone who has ever lived. But where exactly is that? Well, here to help us bridge the planetary divide is Eddie Whisler, director of the Bryan-Gooding Planetarium at the Museum of Science and History. Hi.
Hello again.
Welcome back. Tell us a little bit about our known universe. How much of it is known and how much of it is a mystery still?
So there's a huge amount that's a mystery. We know our location, inside of the thing, building up slowly over time. We know really well our place in our galaxy. We know really well our neighbors that we can look out with telescopes. We can see way out to the universe. So you're going to have to rein me in. Should we start close?
Well, yeah, let me ask you this. How do we know where we are in the galaxy?
So, observation. Really good observation, especially from one space observatory that not a lot of people know about. People are familiar with the James Webb Space Telescope, Hubble Space Telescope, that we're building some earthbound telescopes that are huge. But I think one of the workhorses that doesn't really get its name out there a lot is a space observatory called the Gaia spacecraft. And it does a lot of this mapping. 1.8 billion stars it maps. Now that's less than 1% of the stars inside of our galaxy, but when you have that kind of a sample size, you can really start to find some pattern. So let's linger here for a second, because the Gaia spacecraft is capable of accuracy of just little movements of stars that are equivalent to the width of a human hair held out at 1,000 kilometers. So this is the kind of sensitivity that it has, and it has similar types of sensitivities to the kinds of light that are coming from stars. You add it all up and we can really map our place inside of the galaxy.
I love having you on because at least one time during our conversation, you will just blow my mind with a little factoid like that. You're going to be discussing, though, our place in the universe at an upcoming event.
Yes.
So what should people know about that?
So it's late this month, May 22nd. Ooh, you might know the date. It slips my mind. But I believe it's May 22nd. Maybe it's May 26th. Regardless.
It's May 22nd.
There you go.
9 a.m.
There you go. Lots of dates floating around in my head. But May 22nd is a series that we do. It's called the Silver Space Series. And it's in the morning, 9 o'clock. And for an hour, audiences that are 55 and older get the place to themselves without school groups running around and all the rest. And then at 10 o'clock, we find ourselves in the planetarium. We take an intermission with donuts and cookies and stuff. And then we come back with questions. We answer questions from the audience. But the main theme is, you are here. And like, where's that?
Where is that?
Yeah. So we're in our solar system, the easy stuff. All listeners know this. Then we have our nearby, neighbor stars. But then we're in a galaxy, and we have that galaxy mapped out rather well because of the Gaia spacecraft.
We're the Milky Way.
We're in the Milky Way, but we're between the Sagittarius arm and the Orion spur, a little bit closer to the Orion spur with all of our neighbor stars and neighbor molecular clouds and all of these other things well mapped out. And to see our own galaxy that we're mapping from within it, like that's a difficult thing to do. Imagine mapping out all the trees in a forest, but you're unable to move, right? So you have to triangulate the location of all these distant trees. And we do this great job. Lucky for us, stars are much tinier than tree trunks. So we get to see behind them a little bit. So it's not the perfect analogy, but
How have the evolution of telescopes changed? I mean, from the primitive ones in the early days to what we're using now?
It's incredible. And beyond that, we're beyond now relying on light. We're in a phase, although the adolescent phase of astronomy, called multi-messenger astronomy, so that we're not just relying on light on the electromagnetic spectrum, but we're just starting to get into gravitational waves. We're just now getting into studying cosmic rays and what they can tell us about the universe.
Using those to measure.
Using those to give us different information. we're not just relying on radio light and infrared and ultraviolet, everything on the electromagnetic spectrum, but now we have neutrinos, cosmic rays, and gravity waves to study that are going to give us completely new information about the universe. So stay tuned, because this is new stuff. And future astronomers are going to remember the time that we moved from the electromagnetic spectrum into multi-messenger astronomy, which means we're getting this information in a multitude of ways, not just light on the electromagnetic spectrum, but now we're utilizing these other, quote, messengers that give us info.
Love it. Eddie Whisler, thank you so much for being here, and hope to see you on the 22nd.
Yeah, come on by. It'll be fun.
All right.